I'm going to invite you today to do something I've never done, which is invite you to write the Today sketch with me. Hi, I'm Lysandra. And I play Caroline Levitt on the internet sometimes. So the way that I will do my makeup, and I have my cross for today. Today's back to school. Also, I'm rubber and you're glue. Whatever bounces off me, whatever you say, bounces off me and sticks to you. Okay, so that's what we're doing. So each day I will take notes on what happened in the news, and I've done that already, so I'm going to save you the trouble. And then I start with the basics of the way that my sketches are constructed. So for example, I'll start with President Trump and then some sort of amazing physical elite athlete feat. And since they're in England, I'm starting today with, I think that he broke a world record for swimming the English Channel. So that's what we're gonna do. President Trump, I mean, he's such a good athlete, right? English Channel. And obviously what everybody's talking about is Jimmy Kimmel, right? So then we're gonna start, I'm gonna figure out a way to blame Jimmy Kimmel on Joe Biden. That's his biological father. You actually pronounce Kimmel Biden. See, this is how it works. I don't have a plan when it comes into it, but I'm just like, okay, how can I do this? So President Trump, who just broke the world record for swimming across the English Channel, all just to serve the American people with exactly what they wanted, which was to cancel Jimmy Kimmel. And his show also. I'll show this. Oh, maybe I'll make a graph. Oh, I don't have my color pencils. See, I'm not at home. So it's like, show you this. This is the decline of Jimmy Kimmel. His show was canceled because he sucked. Okay? Not because of anything that President Donald J. Trump said. And do you know who was funding Jimmy Kimmel? Joe Biden, Barack Hussein Obama. And actually, do you know that Kimmel stands for? Mexican cartels. That's what it stands for. So that's kind of how I riff. So I'll do that. I'll riff to myself a little bit, and then I'll write it down. And then I move from point to point. And I have to get the jokes that are the reoccurring jokes, which are obviously blaming Joe Biden. We have the Washington Post. So I have to get that in there. I have to get a Home Alone 2 Lost in New York reference. I'm going to be talking about the Department of Education, so I do think that I can bring in the McAllisters into that. So that's probably how I'm going to do it today. There's a man that threatened Zoran Mondami in Texas. That's going to be a pretty good question to ask, because then I can bring in Caitlin, Washington Post, into there. Oh, and also the celebs that are boycotting Disney Plus and ABC for standing up for what's right in this country. Okay, so you were told by the She-Hulk star, okay? She-Hulk. You mean, is that a new name for Michelle Obama? Those arms? Gross. You know, that's how I kind of come up with things. I have to channel it, and then I'll write it down. And then the Lost showrunner. You mean the show from the olden times? My husband told me he was already in his second marriage when he told me about that show was on TV. I guess it was about an airplane. So anyway, I hope that was interesting to you. I'm gonna put this together now, and I hope that you enjoyed that little sneak peek behind the curtain. I'm currently in Los Angeles and doing some work here. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Love you, bye.